Welcome! Sometimes to understand a place we can no longer visit, we have to look through the eyes of a single family. Today, we're doing just that. We're diving into the thousand-year story of one remarkable clan to get a rare glimpse into a lost hometown in North Korea and the incredible legacy they built.
Okay, before we jump in, just a quick heads up. This is actually a follow-up to our piece on the clan villages of Kwangdeok-myeon. So if you really want to get the full picture of the region and its history, you might want to check that one out first. It'll make everything here click even better.
All right, let's get into it. Our story starts in a place called Kwangdeok-myeon. It's a town in what is now North Korea, so, we can't go there today. But historically, this place was just brimming with culture, and it was home to many, many distinguished families who had lived there for generations.
Yeah, this whole area was basically a tapestry of these really influential clans, and trust me, each one has its own incredible story. But today, we're going to zero in on one in particular, the Byeokjin clan. We're going to dig into their deep historical roots, see exactly how they ended up in Kwangdeok-myeon, and figure out what that connection really means.
So, where do we even begin a story like this? Well, we have to go back. I mean, way back. Over 1,000 years ago, to the very beginning of the Goryeo dynasty. The clan's founding father was a man named Chung Lee. And he wasn't just any official, okay? He was a huge deal, a pivotal figure who actually helped establish the entire Goryeo kingdom. And for that service, he was given the highest honors you could get, becoming the general and the count of Byeokjin. And that's where the clan gets its name.
And that powerful start wasn't just a flash in the pan. Nope. It kicked off a legacy of influence and public service that would literally help shape the Korean peninsula for centuries to come.
Get this, during the Joseon dynasty alone, the Byeokjin clan had 42 members who passed the state civil service exam. Now you have to understand, that exam was brutally competitive. It was the main way to get into a position of power and influence. So for one single family to produce 42 successful candidates, that is a truly staggering achievement.
And this chart really shows you the kind of influence they had. It wasn't just about raw numbers. I mean, look at this. Across two different dynasties, the family produced chief scholars advising kings, officials who were famous for their honesty and integrity, and national heroes honored for their service. That's real consistency.
This timeline is just fascinating because it shows their continuous impact. It stretches from the founder himself all the way through top administrators in Goryeo, loyal officials in early Joseon, and then you get to Sang-gil Lee, who was one of the highest-ranking ministers in the entire government. Their influence never really faded, it just adapted and kept going for centuries.
So, this brings us to a really important question. We've got this epic, thousand-year history playing out on a national level. How in the world does all of that connect back to this one small town, Kwangdeok-myeon, in the 20th century?
And this is where the story, for me, gets really, really cool. It's that moment when this huge, ancient family history becomes super personal and local, anchored to one specific piece of land.
And here it is. This is the crucial link. We can actually trace a direct line from the 30th generation descendant, a senior official named Seung-gi Lee, who lived in the nearby city of Kaesong. His direct descendants, his son, his grandson, his great-grandson, they became residents of Kwangdeok-myeon itself. They carried that massive national history right into one small town.
So what does this clan, with these deep roots in a town we can't even visit anymore, look like today? I mean, what is their legacy in the modern world?
Well, their legacy is vast, and it is very much alive. As recently as the year 2000, a national census found nearly 92,000 people who identified as members of the Byeokjin clan. So, see, this isn't just some story from an old history book. It's a living, breathing lineage.
And this quote just sums it all up perfectly, doesn't it? The clan is remembered not just for its size or its age, but for this consistent, centuries-long tradition of loyalty, of scholarship, and a really deep commitment to serving the public. When you think about it, the story of this one family from one small town tells us so much about a nation's history, its values, and its people. And it kind of leaves you with this one last question. If this is the rich history we can uncover from just a single story, what other incredible legacies are still out there, just waiting in the places we can no longer see?